Well, I've always been a nerd for self-improvement, which also means that I've wasted more time on watching motivational videos than I'd like to admit. And to be honest, nobody wakes up thinking, today I'm gonna be binge watching motivational videos for 2 hours. This really happens when you're tired or when you just got up before you had to work. And you casually pull up YouTube and see them. Then you're like, come on, it's just one video, you're not gonna hate it. So you click one, and you feel the rush like, yeah, let's go. Then you clicked another, stoicism, monk mode, discipline, hustle harder. Then somehow you realize that an hour has been completely wasted and literally nothing has moved beside your thumb. This is something I'm really able to explain based on my personal experience. I used to call it research, but here's what I realized. Motivational videos do not build discipline. What they build is the illusion of progress, and deep down, your brain already knows it. It's not self-improvement, it's merely entertainment. But you might wonder, if these videos are just for entertainment, then why do they seem so powerful? And why are we glued to them for hours? Look, your intention isn't wrong. If you care enough to even open up my video, good choice by the way, then I know that you're here to grow, and that's great. So just understand motivational videos as espresso shots for your brain. They are very quick, very intense, and very addictive. But why? Neuroscience put it this way. Whenever you watch someone chasing a goal, it can be a speech, it can be a workout, your brain mimics the same effort and releases dopamine. So for a moment, you feel like you've actually taken some action. Psychologists call this vicarious goal fulfillment, aka I'm satisfied that he made it. It can be like watching someone lose weight, and you get the burst like, whoa, this is great! He got there in 6 months, and I could do the same too. I'll just do it someday. Maybe not today, because I'm just kind of tired. But why? Because your brain already got the reward, so why bother lifting the finger? But the thing is, that reward wears off pretty quickly, because dopamine doesn't last, so your brain goes searching for the next one. Now, I'm not saying motivational videos are all bad. If you had a rough day and one clip actually gets you off the couch and into your shoes, then that's useful. But here's the problem. The more you rely on these videos, the less you rely on yourself. You're essentially handling your discipline to someone on YouTube, and you are outsourcing your willpower to someone else. Just like that espresso we talked about. One shot is likely gonna wake you up, but if you need like 5, 10 just to get through the day, then the coffee isn't the problem. The problem is more likely your system, because you'll be getting that kind of endorphins, but you never build your own system, which is why the fix isn't another motivational videos. I mean, you don't need another video at this point. You have watched enough to probably write a book about it. What you need is a system that creates the flow. Honestly, it's pretty straightforward. It begins with being a little more aware. Every time you click a new video, you're essentially purchasing it with time. And time doesn't do refunds. So pause for a second and ask yourself, do I actually need this right now? Or am I just looking for dopamine to make me feel productive while I'm literally doing nothing? Well, if it's just entertainment, that's fine every once in a while, but be honest with yourself. Don't confuse it with progress. The other possible question you might be thinking, okay, so now where do I get my motivation? Well, the short answer is you already have it. The motivation is in you, not somewhere else. All you have to do is to call it out. And the way to start doing that is not by waiting for the perfect mood or the perfect time. It's by starting small, like put your shoes on, or open a laptop, or write one sentence down. That'll kickstart the momentum right away. And another thing is to make your environment work for you, not against you. Because willpower comes and goes, but the space you live in decides whether it's easy or hard for you to start taking action. And once you design it right, you will have already won half the battle. And that's exactly how I got into reading. When I first bought my ebook, I assumed that I would just automatically be more cultured, but I did not touch it for more than 6 months until one day I recharged it and placed it right on the side of my couch and said to myself, every time when I sit down here, I'm just gonna read one paragraph. That's all. Just one paragraph. And more often than not, I ended up reading more than just that. Because once you start, the momentum will take over the steering wheel and your motivation will come out in a healthy way. So the actual system isn't about watching the perfect playlist. It's simply about choosing to do the right thing, even if it's just a small thing. and designing your space in a way where it's easy for you to take action again tomorrow. You can also think of it like when you start your car in a cold winter morning. You turn the engine key over, and at first, the engine sounds a bit cranky and a little rough, which is normal. You have a system to deal with it by letting it idle a little bit, give it a little gas, and once the engine warms up, everything will just run smoothly. Well, I know it's not the perfect metaphor, but you get that point. Trust me, I've done worse. And if you're still here watching right now, congrats! Your brand has already warmed up. Now start designing this little system that acts as a guardian for your focus. Just take one baby step and make sure that it's sustainable so that you won't hate doing it again tomorrow. Alright? If this helps, give it a like. I'll see you guys in the next one. Ciao.